Hey, welcome back to the Cricket Slayer. We're going to do something a little different today. Today I'm going to be playing some 60 Parsecs. This is a game by Robot Gentleman, who also did the game 60 Seconds. The basic premise is easy. You have 60 seconds to grab whatever the hell you can from a space station that's about to explode, and then you have to survive with what you manage to grab. So, we will go ahead and do this. I have several captains to pick from. I've played through once on and one on as everyone, so I think today we will go ahead and play Emmett. Despite his brilliant mind, Emmett has always been undervalued and misunderstood by his peers, seeking scientific challenge. And to get away from his ungrateful job as a chemistry teacher, he signed up for the Astro Citizen program, hoping this will be the place where he can finally earn the appreciation and respect he deserves. His goal is make 5 successful intelligence attribute decisions. Obviously, his intelligence is really good, his agility is kind of good, and he is fuck all for strength. But hopefully I can grab Baby, and he will offset the strength difference. So, let's go ahead and do this. So, the space station's about to explode. I have 60 seconds to grab things, throw it in the escape pod, and then get back to it in time. If I don't, I die, and I'll end up making another recording. Let's see, various things will solve certain problems, and it's sort of a random what problems you end up getting. Alright, so here we go. We definitely want that, and we definitely want Baby. And I have to wait until the thing opens. Let's see. Hankins over there. Okay, there's some minerals in there. That's what I want. And go. So I have 1 minute to grab all the shit. All the shit. Okay, grab the sock. Crap. Another can of... Okay, my hands are full. Okay, dump it. Grab the next load. Come on, come on. Move it. Okay, so grab her. And I got one more hand. Let's grab the lighter. Okay, back to the shuttle. Come on, come on, come on. Move it, move it, move it. Okay, let's go up here. Let's grab her. She's really good at fixing shit. Oh, the manual. Gotta get the manual. Okay, so hands are full. Gotta go back. Okay, I got about 30 seconds left. Let's see what else we can grab in here. More food. The gun. Yes, we'll grab the gun. And I'll grab another can of food on the way back. Okay, I got maybe one more time to search a room. And then that's about it. Okay, food. Okay, I can't grab him because I'm otherwise full. Okay, I gotta get back. No! Okay, I made it. Okay, so now I have to survive with the measly amount of crap that I grabbed. Okay, let me actually set this up so that we can read the computer voice in a computer voice. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay. Sorry about that. Day 1. Okay, so this is the shuttle. We have our supply of food, we have the console that will give us our prices each day, various other things, and we basically got a good amount of food, but not much else. Emmett Ellis, Megan Mann, April Angel, and Baby Bronco. So, let's read what the day's star log says. Hello there, Astro. Computerized assistant reporting for duty. You must be Emmett, right? I am pleased to announce that you have been randomly selected to become the captain of this vessel. Welcome aboard the Escape Shuttle, Captain. On behalf of the Astro Citizen program, please accept our apologies for the slight misfortune of being blown 60 parsecs away from Earth. Your mission: find a safe place to land and then try to contact the outside world. Please power up the main computer for further instructions. It is located in the center of the shuttle. Follow the regular rationing protocol and feed your crew.
I await your decisions, Captain.
Alright, so there's our goals, Emmett's personal goal, and then the current goal is find an appropriate landing spot. So, let's read what the day's crisis is.
The floor is yours, Captain. You should now give a speech that will guide this vessel and its crew through the stars. You've prepared it, of course. Everyone is really looking forward to your speech, Captain. So am I. This is it. You can really show that breed of captain, or show what breed of captain you will be on this incredible journey. What kind of speech will you give? Oh.
I would be absolutely stupid not to go for an intelligence speech. So I pick which one of the attributes I want to do, lock it in, and then we advance the day by flipping this switch. If we want to do rationing, mental treatment, or first aid, we also do that here as well. So, lock in. Day 2.
You knew exactly what to say. Your convincing speech was more than enough to prove your worth as the captain of the last human crew in the universe. That was quite a performance, Captain. Your crew started cheering even before you were finished with the speech. Long live the captain filled the cabin. If any sound could travel through the soundless void outside the hull of your ship, that would be it. One thing is for sure, you are ready for any challenge this galaxy throws at you. Inspired by your smart leadership style, I allowed myself to power up the enzyme generator in the back of the shuttle. It will produce some useful chemicals for you daily. Captain, the crafting module in the back of the cabin has been activated. It's pretty self-explanatory. This modern machine lets you create something from almost nothing. All you need is a little bit of minerals, chemical, or power. Use it to craft, recycle, and repair your supplies, as well as upgrade items and shuttle systems. Baby says he is glad to have you as his captain.
Oh, well, that's a very nice, Baby. Let's see, Baby is loyal. Very good. That might come in handy later on. Okay, so we have the crafting station. We're good on supplies, so we'll probably, let's see. I don't have any chemicals to make a first aid kit, so I think the first thing we'll make is some duct tape. Yeah, that'll use some of those minerals that we grabbed. So, that'll take one day to make the duct tape. And now we need to see the day's crisis.
Captain, it's important to keep yourself and your crew well fed. One portion of delicious canned soup is enough to sustain a human for a few days. Even one can could be the difference between life and death. That's why it's important to keep good inventory of your stock. Unless you want to eat your own crewmates, haha, that was a joke. Please appreciate it and laugh. Thank you for your cooperation, Captain. Who will perform the routine supply check? The only requirement is simple mathematics. I realize I might be asking a lot, but I have a good feeling about this crew, Captain.
So now I have to pick which crewmate is going to do the check. Obviously I could do it myself and probably pass, but if I get someone else to do it, then there's a good chance they'll be made the, I believe it's supply officer, which will benefit me in the long run. So, we will have April do the count. Confirm decision. Okay, so we have that being made. She's the choice. Ready. Day 3.
The routine supply check is now complete, and it does not compute. An error was made. That's what I get for trusting humans to do the math, so we lost a can of soup. Some of the supplies went missing, and the current number of soup cans on board is 8. The food you collected is more than sufficient, for now. Just don't eat it all at once. Despite the outcome, I think April deserves a shot at being your payload officer. If you keep her happy enough, she will produce some minerals for you daily, as long as her morale is not too low. Baby is still loyal, and the crafting is completed. New item available. Tape.
Well, she botched the job, but we're still making her the payload officer anyway. So, alright, let's have it make something else while we still have the chemicals. Let's see, communicator or an artifact. We'll do the communicator. I think the communicator will come in much handier. Okay, crisis.
There is nothing to report, Captain. I suggest you... Captain, would you mind covering your mouth when you yawn? I thought you got a good night's sleep. Wait, could this be... boredom? Yes, I have heard that you humans need excitement in their lives to function properly. How curious. Captain, you're sitting in a state-of-the-art space shuttle, drifting through the deep cosmos, full of wonder and mystery. Can you at least pretend you're having a good time?
Okay, so we can either do nothing, we can use the handbook to entertain ourselves, or we can use the sock puppet to entertain ourselves. I think we're going to use the sock puppet. Okay, I'm not feeding anyone for a while. Because we gotta make those 8 cans of soup last. Day 4.
Yesterday started pretty slow and boring, but you managed to turn it around with a puppet show. The only puppet you had was the sock, so it was more of a monodrama than anything else. It was still a very powerful spectacle, probably the best in this part of the galaxy. You feel proud, don't you? In fact, the show was so intense that the sock is now unusable. Just another sacrifice in the name of art. Crafting completed. New item available. Communicator. You seem alert, Captain. I commend the way you've been taking care of your mental well-being. You should know that peak mental conditioning means increased efficiency when it comes to performing tasks.
Okay, so that means we are resourceful, which I believe is his ability. He just generates a few things each day. Science specialist, same thing, I think. Actually, let me look that up. Okay, so, resourceful. Resource bonus. You always manage to get something extra from choices and expeditions. Ooh, okay. Yeah, and then Baby, Megan, and April. Okay, so, crafting. We can make the artifact now, so we're slowly getting a small trickle of chemicals. It takes 10 chemicals to make a can of soup. So, yeah, we're not going to be able to make more than we eat, that's for damn sure. But we'll have it make an artifact nonetheless. Uh-oh, this doesn't look good.
Oh no! I've been hacked! The virus came in a transmission from that small asteroid. It's taking over the flight controls and steering us away! Help, Captain! Get it out of me!
Okay, we can either brute force it out, or we can intelligence it out. And this icon means it's a group check, so it averages the strength or intelligence of the entire crew. I think we're going to make this a strength check. Actually, no. I need intelligence checks for my quest, so yeah. It doesn't actually lock it in until you pull the switch. Alright, what do we got? Day 5!
You plugged an emergency console into the disk and quarantined the virus. I am healthy and whole again. Thank you, Captain. We checked that asteroid from which the virus originated. It was actually an alien supply warehouse. Fortunately for us, soup is universal. Plus 2 cans of soup. Crafting completed. New item available. Artifact. You are hungry, Captain. Baby is asking for more rations. Megan is complaining about an empty stomach, and April is hungry.
Well, screw all of them because nobody's eating until day 9 at least. Alright, so we got nothing to craft. We could recycle something and get resources, but I think we're okay. Alright, crisis.
Oh no, Captain! One of the storage lockers is jammed and cannot be opened. It gets worse. It's my favorite locker. We will lose access to some of our supplies if we do nothing. Also, I will be sad. You need to act, Captain. Will you use your brains or bronze to deal with the problem?
Well, brains, duh. I mean, we've got a star on it, whereas that one we've got nothing. So yeah, we have to do brains. Brains. Day 6.
Good job getting that locker open, Captain. It took you a while to figure out how to lockpick the thing, but your 1 in a million brain helped. Or your 1 in a million lockpick. Or both? Not only did you get the important locker open, you even found some extra rations inside. Score! Plus 2 soup. You remain mentally stable, you are still hungry, Baby is still hungry, and Megan is still complaining about the lack of rations. So she's the only... Well, I guess everyone's a little hungry now.
Sorry, I forgot to turn off the voice. So everyone's a little hungry now. Still don't have enough chemicals to do anything. Alright, crisis.
Last night, I was browsing through some designs of beautiful machines. Never you mind why. Now, pay attention. I found a food dispensing machine on board. All shuttles in the Astro Citizen program were to be equipped with one. Ours is missing a lever, but apart from that, it seems functional. It's hardly rocket science, so you should manage to fix it. But how?
Alright, so if we had the shovel, we could cram it in there and use that as a lever. But I don't have a shovel. We have the next best thing. The universal fix-it tool, tape. So we're going to fix it with duct tape. If someone can make a shiv out of toilet paper, I can fix a lever with duct tape. Day 7.
Official government research shows there is not a thing in the universe that cannot be fixed with duct tape. You were very resourceful to tape a chair leg where the lever used to be. Now just a little pull and... There you go, Captain! A brand new can of soup, straight from the vending machine. Unfortunately, there is only one portion inside. Don't worry, I already got rid of the remaining junk.
Bastard.
Plus 1 can of soup. You are starving, Captain. Serving soup would be in order. Baby is starving, make sure he eats right. Megan is starving, she should definitely eat something. And April is starving, better get her something.
Okay, so I'm probably going to skip the starving things because they get a bit repetitive after a while. But still, we have a lot of food. We are actually really good on food right now. Still don't have enough to make anything. And it's only day 7. I'm not going to feed them yet. They can wait. Alright, crisis.
Your attention is required, Captain. This is most abnormal. We are registering unknown transmissions, but I cannot identify who is sending them. And more importantly, what they contain. It might be a solar flare interference, or worse, a new type of Soviet encryption. We need to decipher these signals as soon as possible. For all we know, our survival depends on it. Who do you want to put in charge of monitoring these communications?
Well, we already had the payload officer, so we're going to have Megan do this one. She's pretty smart. Let's have her decrypt them. Okay, day 7.
First contact. Captain, you need to see this. I am not easily excited, but this is one of the greatest moments for humanity and human-made AI alike. We are not alone in this universe. The signals we intercepted were finally decrypted. They are alien transmissions, as in coming from other life forms. And no, I do not mean the Reds. It's something we have never seen before. There seems to be a number of intelligent civilizations in this galaxy. The signals are coming from everywhere. We can safely assume we are going to meet some of them sooner or later. Or your life will never be the same, Captain. By the way, Captain, you still have to nominate your communications officer. I'd say Megan fits the bill. You agree? It's settled then. From now on, Megan will ensure that you get some power for the crafting module regularly. As long as she's not disloyal, that is.
Okay, so baby, I'm still quite alert. Everyone's starving. And Megan is reportedly being glad to have me as her captain. Okay, are we done with my goal yet? No, not quite. Okay, so this is day 8. I could feed everyone now. I'm actually going to wait one more day. I know, I'm a madman. But I'm the captain, damn it.
Captain, I protest. Your self-appointment as the captain of this vessel does not grant you the right to injure your crew's heads. This also includes accidental flying soup can-related injuries. If you have anything to treat the wound with, I strongly suggest you use it.
What did I... First off, I didn't ask to be captain. I was decided to become captain against my will. I didn't do anything to stop it, but still. Well, we don't have a first aid kit, so I think we're going to have to fix it with duct tape. Good old duct tape. Okay, and we're not feeding anyone until tomorrow. So, hopefully, they don't die. Day 9.
There are approximately 1,337 possible applications for duct tape. Tending to wounds is, of course, one of them, even if it is only a makeshift dressing. Megan is still starving. April still looks starved.
So technically everyone's starving. So what we're going to do is we are going to do ration soup to all. Okay, so everyone's going to eat today. And then we'll eat every 4 days afterwards. Alright, still can't craft anything. We only have 8 chemicals. But we are getting a slow trickle of all 3 resources. So, that's good. Alright, let's see what the mythos has to say now.
Captain, we are now entering a field of cosmic gas. Its origin is unknown, though I have a theory. Uh-oh, can you smell that? Did someone forget to brush their teeth today? No, it's just that gas leaking inside the shuttle. Someone could try to isolate some of the gas to use later, avoiding the leak's side effects.
Okay, so this, I don't know which attribute this actually triggers off of, so I'm going to pick the one person we haven't picked for anything yet. I'm going to pick Baby Bronco. Alright, baby, let's see how you handle this. Alright, everyone gets to eat. Check. Literally. And go. Day 10.
Unfortunately, Baby failed at isolating the cosmic gas leak, and now my readings indicate that its volume is reaching critical levels. The gas came into a reaction with some of our resources, making a portion of them unusable. We are out of the space cloud now, so there shouldn't be any more losses. The outcome was less than ideal, but the experience toughened Baby enough to make him fitting for the role of our science officer. Starting tomorrow, he will be procuring useful chemicals for you on a daily basis.
So, Baby, the dumbest crew member, is now our science officer. And what the hell am I? I'm still science specialist, but he's science officer. Okay, sure. Let's see, I guess we lost a little bit of minerals, but I don't think we lost anything else. Okay, we can craft a first aid kit now. It takes 3 days to make, but believe me, having one can literally make the game. So, everyone is still hungry, but they're not starving anymore. Alright, next crisis.
There is a small creature knocking politely on the hatch. It has 2 heads, 4 arms, and soup. I'm letting it in. Let me run the translating algorithm. Captain, meet Fish. That is, Philip and Trish. They're currently undergoing a sacred merging ritual that will allow them to stay together, yet literally single, forever. It prevents overcrowding, too. Look, the 2 chins are turning into one as we speak. To bless the merging with a boon of abundance, it needs to spill soup with a stranger, both its and theirs. You have 3.5 eyes full of hope staring at you. Will you spill soup to bless them?
Well, yes, of course we're gonna bless them with soup. Alright. Day 11.
It was very kind of you, sacrificing soup to bless that small alien. When you knelt gently and tipped your can towards the center of the galaxy, the alien beamed the widest smile. Then Fish repeated their moves and the merging was complete. Now I am truly single, it said, and left, adding a little dance to its step.
Okay, so we lost a can of soup, but we did a good deed. So, yay. Everyone's hungry, but no one's starving. Okay, so we ate on 9, so 10, 11, 12, 13. We'll eat again on the 13th. Alright, crafting is proceeding on the first aid kit. Good. Uh-oh.
She could be the one to my zeros, the signal to my noise. I've been transmitting with an abandoned shuttle I spotted nearby. She has just agreed to meet me. Us. You have to say yes, Captain. She is drifting and has no crew, so she offered to share her resources. Just one problem. She's a communist. She believes we are too. She blinded me with her thrusters and it just came out. She's not a bad shuttle, though. She just wants us to take pride in the computations we do. If you want her resources, you will have to go along with this. Share a common soup with her. Tell her you're very social and love the party. Please, Captain.
So here we go again, using more soup. But if we spend soup to gain stuff that will give us more things, I will go ahead with it. Okay. And proceed. Day 12.
Thank you for agreeing to fly to the abandoned shuttle, and for pretending to be a communist. It meant a lot to me. I think it was your willingness to share soup that sold it. Thank you for not rushing me. I could have shared data with her for hours. When we docked into her bay and she sent input into my algorithms, time slowed down, and I think I counted in base 8. We both agreed to part ways as friends. This is space, after all. She was very generous with her resources, so you have nothing to complain about.
Plus 50 chemicals. That's 5 cans worth of soup. Nice. Okay, so everyone's still hungry. But I don't think hungry hippos. Okay, so no one's starving. Looks like we got a strange new world. Let's see. One more day on the first aid kit.
Have I got news for you, Captain? We are approaching a celestial body that appears to be a planet. My scanners detect no life, but some structures on the surface suggest that it was inhabited at one point. The climate is harsh and unwelcoming, but even that beats being stranded in space, right? A landing can be attempted, but steering the ship will require exceptional hand-eye coordination. Since you're not exactly a brain surgeon, you will need luck on your side to proceed. Bearing that in mind, should I initiate the landing protocol?
Why, yes. Go ahead and land. Oh, what strange new world that will soon have such people in it. Well, that doesn't look good. Day 13. Mootopia.
Goal achieved. Find an appropriate landing spot. Can you hear me, Captain? Get up. Do you remember what happened? Well, you attempted an emergency landing, but the shuttle has crashed. I'm afraid that the vessel got seriously damaged and the communication console is in pieces. I believe it's not beyond saving, although it will take me a while to calculate the optimal way of conducting the repairs. Please remain patient, Captain. For now, take a moment to take in your surroundings. Who knows, perhaps this place will turn out to be some kind of a Mootopia. Wait, did I just moo? What a weird glitch. I meant Utopia, obviously. Captain, the expedition module in the back of the cabin is now active. All you need to do is stuff someone into the spacesuit and send them outside. We must learn everything we can about this place. One small step for Astro Citizen, one giant leap for whatever's left of humanity.
Let's see, everyone's still loyal. I can't say if it was your engineering skill or dumb luck, but you were able to craft a high-quality item. So we crafted a modern first aid kit instead of just a normal one. You are badly hurt, sir. It's a good thing we crafted it, because now we have to use it. And hopefully, because it's a modern one, it might not actually be used up. Okay, so find an appropriate landing spot. Fix the shuttle's communication system, and await further instructions. Okay, so, first off, I am going to treat me, because I'm a selfish bastard. And everyone is starving. Today's day 13, so yes, we will also give everyone soup. Okay, craft. We are going to craft, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to craft a can of soup. Okay, expedition module. We can go to any of these places. The swamp, the cave, the canyon, or the desert. Well, I think we're going to go... Let's see, that'll take 3 days and a chance for minerals. The desert has a chance for minerals, will also take 3 days. Okay, so I think... Yeah, everything's going to take 3 days, and the best we're going to get, I think, is minerals. Okay, so we will have Baby, go to the desert, and let's see, my baby's going on a desert, and with him, he will take a gun. and the Astro Citizen Manual. Maybe it'll tell him what to find. Contains a chapter about chemical compounds. Yeah. Bring back some chemicals. Okay, so we're sending him. So he'll eat and he'll leave. Alright.
Captain, we were unable to detect transmissions of unknown origin. We were able to detect transmissions of unknown origin. Unfortunately, the communication console was damaged during landing, and we cannot make anything out of them, or reply for that matter. We could hardwire a primitive field communicator to bypass the damaged subsystems and access the shuttle's external transmitter and receiver.
Why yes, go ahead and do that. While you're at it, just duct tape it right on in there. Okay, crafting is making soup. Good. Okay. Alright, so he's going on the expedition, crafting soup, radio. Okay, everyone's fed, and I'm getting treated. Good. Day 14. Hello, world.
Goal achieved. Await further instructions. Goal achieved. Fix the shuttle's communication system. Great success, Captain. The communicator attached to the communications console worked like a charm. I won't judge the aesthetics, since we can finally receive and answer transmissions. Now all we need to do is wait for someone to contact us. Someone will find us eventually. The crew was visibly excited by this incredible feat of engineering. They were only slightly smirking while looking at the patched communications console. Tomorrow will be great, Captain. Baby set out into the wastes. Let's assume that he will come back safe.
Okay, so Megan looks like she's in poor health as well, but my wounds have healed. In fact, I feel vigorous. Yeah. So everyone's kind of hungry. Okay. So we're awaiting contact, and I still need to make successful intelligence decisions. Yeah, she's hurt and weak. So if I can, we need to make another first aid kit to treat her. I just hope she can last 3 more days.
Megan used to collect minerals back on Earth. Do not call them crystals, unless you want to get an earful. I don't know how she got them past space station security, but she managed to sneak a few of her favorite specimens onto the shuttle. Megan's fond of you, Captain, and we need those minerals. Do you think you could convince her to sacrifice her precious specimens for the cause, or just so, to survive?
Have her use the minerals and possibly hate me. Have her keep the minerals and possibly die. Tough call. Okay, so we're gonna tell her to fork over the rocks and use them to make shit. I'll let her use the shit that we make, but we're making the shit. Okay. Baby is out for 2 more days. First aid kit will take 2 more days to make. Or 3 days. Yeah. Day 15.
You asked Megan if she'd be willing to sacrifice her mineral collection for the good of the cause. She chuckled and said, "No, these are mine. Are you crazy? Do you have any idea how hard it was to smuggle those past security before wandering back into her corner to play with a geode?"
Well, that bites, but okay. Well, in that case, I hope you die first. I don't really. I like to finish with a full crew if I can, but, every once in a while they turn traitor on you or something.
Megan is demanding to know the status of your relationship, Captain. She's not the kind of woman you want to lead on. You're romantically unattached. The last thing this shuttle needs is more uncertainty. Will you make your commitment to Megan official and greatly diminish your risk of being stabbed by that sharpened hair stick she's hiding in her boot?
Okay. We need to pros and cons this. Pro. Con. Okay. I think we're gonna risk getting stabbed. Okay, baby should be back in another day, and first aid kit will be done in 2. Day 16. You did not
make your relationship with Megan official. You came dangerously close to getting stabbed. The old woman brandished the sharpened hair stick at you made a few poking motions, then slid it back inside the top part of her boot and left you with a yawn.
Phew, okay, so not killed by old lady this playthrough. Let's see. She's still hurt. Everyone's still hungry. Okay, that's got 1 day left. Baby should be back tomorrow.
Captain, one Astro Citizen protocol needs seeing to. Specifically, the equipment safety and condition evaluation. One of these checks is now overdue. What with all the pan-galactic space trotting, we should check some of our gear, and April seems idle. Is there anything she should check?
Well, yeah, I think she can go ahead and check the artifact. Yeah, artifact. Alright, will baby come back? I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. Ah, shit.
You asked April to grab one of my well-written checklist printouts and run through it with a chosen piece of equipment. April went one further. She was happy to add her own checks, noting how improvements could be made. Then she went ahead and gave our equipment a shiny enhancement. Baby still isn't back from his expedition. Megan still considers you her friend, but she looks injured. April remains loyal. First aid kit is done.
And everyone is starving. Okay, so we will treat her. We will soup to all. Because, yeah, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So, yes, today is soup day. Let's see. We will craft. Let's see. We can even upgrade some things. No, we're not going to upgrade just yet. See, that needs power to upgrade. We'll get there. Okay, let's go ahead and upgrade the sock puppet. Yeah. Okay.
Interesting news, Captain. It appears that there's a hollow space behind one of the wall panels. A hidden room, maybe? A secret stash? It would be worth checking out. What's your approach to find out what's behind the panel?
Well, with baby gone, then strength is right out. So we're going to go ahead and use some agility on this one. Day 18. Hey, he's back! Lost in translation.
Yesterday, you reached a hidden space behind one of the wall panels. The only way to get there was through the ventilation shaft, but thankfully you were nimble enough to fit in and exit through the other side. Unfortunately, you found nothing. The area was small and completely empty. This didn't seem to faze you much. I suppose you are used to disappointments by now.
That hurts.
Baby survived his sojourn in the desert. He appears weak, calorically deficient, and disturbed by what matters is that he's not partially eaten. But what matters is he's not partially eaten. You take notes as he begins to vividly describe the events of his exfoliating excursion. Baby was attacked by Vindicator, a biotech-enhanced living weapon from ancient times, but his aim was true. A few shots forced the monster to retreat. The wounds healed instantly, though. The gun got sandy during the fight, which reduced its function. The handbook identified some random tubes of ancient chemicals Baby kept finding in the ruins, plus 20 chemicals. Mineral columns grew from the desert like fingers. Baby harvested plenty. The fact that you can find soup out here will never cease to amaze me. Anyway, Baby brought back rations.
Holy shit, he brought back an entire day's worth. And
End of expedition report. The silence gave Baby plenty of time to think. For example, why all the statues of cows?
So Baby's tired, which means I can't send him out yet again. Okay, so Megan is feeling better. She's no longer hurt. And Baby, I think, is still starving, but he's the only one. No, Baby's just hungry. He's not starving. Okay, Baby, you get to wait. Alright, so we are crafting a sock. Let's go ahead and send someone else out. So we've been there. Let's go to the cave next. Alright, Megan, you go to the cave. We're going to send the old lady out. Okay, the cave hazard is darkness, so you're going to give her a lighter. Okay, and because you can never have too many chemicals, we're sending the book with her as well. Alright, next crisis.
Captain, we picked up a transmission. It seems to be a recording that's been playing on a loop for many, many years. Unfortunately, the message is in a foreign language, and you can't understand it. Perhaps you can use something to decode the message.
Well, shit. Okay, so change of plans. You're not taking the book. You're going to take... Well, okay, you're not taking anything. So we'll take the flashlight and that's it. Okay, so now we should be able... Yes, we can use the book for this. Okay. Day 19.
Yesterday, we picked up a transmission that's been playing for years. Since the message was in a foreign language, you had to use a guide to decode its meaning, and we broke it. While you weren't able to translate the entirety of the message, you did figure out that it describes an ancient pyramid, the location of which you were able to determine. Perhaps it wouldn't be a bad idea to explore that pyramid. Keep that in mind when planning your next expedition, Captain. Megan went to explore the caves. Keep your fingers crossed that she'll see the light of day again.
Okay, so we got rations, we completed the sock, and baby is no longer tired. Okay, explore the pyramid. Alright. Crafting, well, always need first aid kit. So, and it takes 3 days to make, so basically any chance you get to make a first aid kit, make the goddamn first aid kit. Okay, I wonder if it's that pyramid that they're talking about. Anyway.
You found a couple of rusted and swollen cans of soup in the darkest corner of the ship. Someone must have put them there a long time ago, and then completely forgotten about them. It doesn't look all that safe to eat, but then again, it's canned soup. It's supposed to last for 737 years. Will you keep the cans?
Yes, we keep the cans. Food is food, goddammit. Okay, that's probably going to come back to bite me, but who knows? Maybe I'll turn into Spider-Man. Yes, okay. Let's see, is anyone starving yet? Hungry, hungry and weak, hungry. Okay. Day 20. That ancient soup you
found gave you pause, and no wonder. It looks older than this ship, and yet here it is. Who could have left it here? Then again, who cares? Free soup! +2 soup. What could go wrong, right?
Okay, so baby is still weak, baby is still hungry, and April's complaining about lack of rations. So again, everyone's hungry, but no one's starving. That's good. Alright. Let's go ahead and check the... Wait, do we have anything being made? Yes. Okay.
Something fell from the sky in a flash, and now you are surprised we are surrounded by a swarm of red-winged somethings. Of course I anticipated this. This is scenario number 87,394B. The small creatures are flying into our walls in waves, causing the hull to reverberate like a speaker. Are you God? They reverberate? For generations we have been searching for the one who thinks outside the hive. Each jump from planet to planet decimates us. Are you the one? I, for one, believe you deserve a cult following, Captain, but the choice is yours.
Okay, this is why we have the artifact. Among other things. So yes, we will give them the upgraded artifact. Day 21.
The swarm of tiny red aliens spoke to you through the hull's vibration. You tried answering, but they just hovered over our ship like flies over fresh manure. Then you took the artifact, and the improbable happened. They moved in unison with your movements. You spoke, anticipating their questions, and they flew in response. Your minds must have touched, and you heard each other. You read the handbook to them, revealing the galaxy's laws. They flew in synchronicity with your lips the whole while. When you finished, they drew an intricate shape in the air, and you looked calmly at it as if you understood. At last, they sped away.
So I get jack shit from that. Okay. At least I still have the artifact. Okay, now everybody's starving. So soup to all. Okay, one more day on the first aid kit. And crisis.
Captain, I found something interesting on the surface of the planet. Looks like somebody passed their time by playing a supersized version of tic-tac-toe, but never completed this particular game. The game piece consists of minerals that we could use. Now, I'm not one for ruining someone else's fun, but I think the winner is clear by looking at the board, so they shouldn't mind if we mess up their O's and X's. Should we take the liberty of gathering those pieces and using them as resources?
Does the Pope shit in the woods? Yes, gather the resources. Okay, so everyone's set to eat. Yes. Megan should be back tomorrow. Day 22. Okay, she's not back.
The dismantling of the supersized tic-tac-toe game in progress was a success. However, abandoned, it was nowhere to be seen. Or whoever abandoned it was nowhere to be seen. And you returned with quite a hefty load of minerals. Yes, they were a bit hard to carry to the ship, being ginormous and all, but you've performed splendidly. That'll teach them to leave their toys laying on the floor, or planet's surface in this case. I'm sure nobody will mind.
Okay, you remain mentally stable, baby still appears to be weak, Megan is still exploring, and we finished the first aid kit. Okay. And April thinks of me as a friend. Okay. Crafting. We can repair the book. Let's repair the book. Alright.
The shuttle sounds a bit rickety, Captain. A fan above the terminal is making a clicking sound, and there's a big cable knot behind one of the panels. I recommend a touch of spring cleaning. We don't have a ladder, so balance on one of the chairs and check behind the fan. Alternatively, you could try to untie the knot on the cable.
Well, it's a group decision, and we're equally good at both. So we're going to... Brilliant Limber. We're going to do the intelligence. After all, I'm Emmett. Alright, Megan, you making it back alive, or did you die out there? Day 23. Yay, she's back.
You and the crew tried to untangle the wiring behind one of the shuttle's panels. It was a struggle. Frustrated, you snapped the cable in two by accident. Your impatience led to a live contact brushing the ship's hull. A current shocked you and the crew to your marrow. Megan survived her spelunking extravaganza. She appears frail, in need of a meal, and disturbed by the important thing, but the important thing is she's in one piece. You listen, enraptured, as she begins to regale you with the stories of her subterranean journey. The darkness was thick, but Megan had a lighter. It got dropped, reducing its usefulness. She found an untouched mineral vein. End of expedition report. Oh, and Megan found some old paintings depicting ancient aliens coming to this planet to acquire soup. Was this world some kind of intergalactic soup hub? On her trip outside, Megan picked up a working battery. The fact that you can find soup out here will never cease to amaze me. She brought back 3 cans of soup.
Alright, so everything's still good. Let's see, baby is still weak. I think we should probably treat him before he gets worse. And she is hungry, and hungry. So, we're good there. Crafting. Upgrade. Can't upgrade either of those yet. What can we make? Can't make much. So yeah, basically I need to wait to upgrade the crafting module so that I can make some higher tier shit. Okay, so we're not gonna... Well... Yeah, we'll make a communicator. Always pays to have this making something, unless you need to save the resources for some reason.
I'm detecting an ancient structure very nearby, totally camouflaged by the surrounding landscape. The front resembles a yawning face. It's a temple, a secret one. There could be treasure inside. Which route will you take to explore the temple?
1 bar, star. I don't know, George. Which one will we pick? Alright, I think it's April's turn to explore the pyramid. So it's got a hazard of spiky grass. We don't have anything to deal with spiky grass, so I think we're going to send her out anyway. We are going to give her the artifact, because I don't like the look of that pentagram. Let's see, we'll also give her the battery, just in case there's something there that we can charge it with. Alright, so she's probably going to come back wounded at worst, or wounded at best and dead at worst. Let's see, hungry, okay. I think we're good. Day 24.
When you and the crew members reached the final room, there was only an empty pedestal. The temple shook and a booming voice said, "Ooh, another player already claimed the treasure." "But you were the fastest team in the history of our show. Thank you for playing Tales of the Secret Temple," the voice said. April set off to learn the secrets of the pyramid. Send positive thoughts, she will come home.
Okay, so we finished crafting the communicator. Baby feels much better than he did before. He's no longer weak. Okay, and I think... Nope, not yet. Okay. So craft first aid kit.
Captain, it is time for a life or death challenge. The most important task available on this shuttle. Mopping the floor. From dried up bodies of squished bugs to a fine coating of skin dust, the place could do with a good scrubbing. Baby looks free. Will you ask him to apply some elbow grease or request he to improvise a cleaning formula from whatever we have on board?
We're just going to have him use the elbow grease. I think it'll suit him fine. Okay, so that's crafting away. That's done. Okay. Day 25.
Baby didn't mind being a cleaner for the day, as per your wishes, but unfortunately his biceps weren't up to snuff. Many unsightly stains left over from your adventures are still there, even after Baby scrubbed the floor. Baby was unraveled by the frustration. Now he won't stop rubbing his arms and saying, "Why is it all unclean? Everything is grubby. Why doesn't it look like a polished mirror in here?"
Okay, so it looks like we're all starving, so let's go ahead and give food to everyone. Alright. And starving. Okay. That's still crafting away. Crisis.
Long-term space travel presents many risks to one's physical well-being, from muscular atrophy to laziness to diets notoriously high in sodium. I'm concerned about the decline I've seen in the entire crew's physical fitness since our little sojourn began. I recommend a daily regimen of movements that use only your own body weight. You don't need any equipment for those, just gravity, or artificial gravity. Any volunteers for a workout?
Well, Baby's already super strong. I am wimpy as shit. And she's also wimpy, so because I don't want to injure myself, let's go ahead and have Megan do it. Yeah, the old lady can handle herself. Alright, everyone's set to eat. April's still out. She should be back soon, though. It's only a 2-day journey. Day 26.
Captain, Megan's form was abysmal. Push-ups and planks don't require that much strength. At least it's the bare minimum required to be a model astrocitizen. Megan felt hungrier than that after that workout, but no caloric rewards could be given. Those are for the strong people.
Well, that's just mean. She tried her best, I'm sure. Okay, everyone's fine. Nope, nobody's... Well, he's not hungry. They're both hungry, but he's not for some reason. Oh, I guess he is. Never mind. I didn't see it. Okay, still crafting.
I am a machine, and machines cannot hear voices. The voices that I'm not hearing right now are getting very loud, though. Oh, and you hear them too? My weight sensors are picking something up as well. A two-dimensional species. That explains why my cameras miss them. Quite vicious, I gather. With one decisive yell, the voices are approaching fast. The air inside the door looks very empty, yet very hostile all of a sudden. How will you defend us, Captain?
So this is something straight out of a damn Doctor Who episode. You know, the darkness, the whole skulls and suits thing. Good episode, though. Alright, we're going to go ahead and use the communicator. We'll try and talk to them. Alright, April, you are due back. Day 27. Hey!
A two-dimensional species attacked our ship. You chose words instead of violence. Immediately, a stream of accusations flew from the communicator. The voices claimed you were prejudiced against the no-depth. Unflappable, you apologized for all three-dimensional beings. They were touched, called you all flat in spirit, and vowed friendship toward the depth-dependent. April survived her voyage to the pyramid. She looks weak, in need of a bite, and upset, but most importantly is that she's still in one piece. You listen intently as she begins to recount her pyramid adventure. April witnessed holographic movies depicting the downfall of this world. She used the artifact to turn them off, which unfortunately shattered it. Perhaps it had limited use as a remote control. The Pyramid Guardians woke up and tried stabbing April with their spears. She escaped the stone monstrosities, but was injured. April used the solar panels at the top of the pyramid to charge the battery. And she found plenty of chemical stockpiles in the embalming room. While exploring the pyramid, April stumbled upon a vast chamber, once used for performing rituals. Upon the altar was a stone tablet covered in ancient alien script. April brought the tablet back with her. I can translate it, Captain, but it will take time. When April reached the summit of the pyramid, she saw 3 towers on the horizon, each bearing a different astrological symbol. It would be wise to visit them. And she found 4 cans of soup.
Always find soup. Okay, so we crafted another first aid kit, which is good, because now she's injured. So yeah, good. So we'll use the first aid kit on her now. And is she starving? No, she's hungry, weak, and tired, but she's not starving. Okay, well, it's Baby's turn again. We will have him go, let's see, Sun Tower, Moon Tower, Star Tower. We'll have him go to the Sun Tower first. Okay, we got hazardous squid thingies again. So we will give him L gun. Okay, and we will also give him the manual. Alright, can you upgrade anything useful? Yes, you can, the crafting system. So that'll take 2 days. Alright, next crisis.
While exploring the shuttle's closest vicinity, you realize that what you thought was a rock formation is actually an ancient dispenser machine, caked with dust and dirt. Covered with simple depictions of soup cans. It seems to have run out of power a long time ago. We could try to fix it, but how?
Well, it's not giving me the option for duct tape, so I guess we'll just have to use the battery. Day 28.
The soup dispenser we found nearby was briefly rejuvenated when you connected our battery to an ancient receptacle. It came alive, playing a merry tune, and broke down just a few seconds later. In the brief time it was operational, the machine released a refreshing aroma into the atmosphere. Some of it reached you through the suit and improved your vigor. Baby set out to ascend the Sun Tower. Stay positive, he will return.
Okay, so it looks like some people are... Wait a minute. Explore the pyramid. Okay. So, yeah, looks like she is starving. They are not. So we will feed her, and only her. Okay, that's still crafting.
While we don't have an infinite supply of soup, we do have some old science equipment tucked away on the various parts of the shuttle in case of emergency research. If you're willing to lose a can of soup, you could try to find a way to improve the formula. The label lists the ingredients as tomatoes, water, and salt. We could add anything and potentially create the most delicious soup in the galaxy. Just imagine the possibilities, Captain.
Yeah, okay, we'll try to improve the soup. It could be a morale boost. Day 29.
Captain, this is incredible. Although our science equipment did not survive the procedure, you've isolated the long-pursued chemical element, the supin-tomatum. With just a single and slightly glowing spoonful of tomato soup enriched with this discovery, we were able to fill several cans of our favorite liquid. Bon appetit!
So we turned 1 can into 3, which is good because everyone's starving. Okay, so ration soup to her and to him. She just ate, so she doesn't need anything. And now we can fix a bunch of shit. Okay, so let's make a gas mask.
I have news regarding the stone tablet which was brought here from the pyramid. While it was written in alien tongue, I think I finally found a terrestrial language with similar structure. That revelation could be the key to decoding the tablet. If everything goes as planned, I should have a translation ready for you first thing tomorrow.
So basically nothing happens. I'm okay with that. Some of the games I play, the best thing that can happen is nothing. Day 30.
I'm happy to report that the translation of the ancient stone tablet has been completed. Turns out it's an old legend. This world was once a lush paradise inhabited by highly evolved intelligent aliens. They lived for millennia, never growing old until they decided to ascend into the stars. Before doing so, they made the planet barren as to not invite other settlers in case they decided to come back. However, the legend also says that there is a way to restore life to the planet. The text becomes vague at this point, but it tells of a prophecy that needs to be fulfilled in order for the planet's core to be reactivated. The heart of the sun shall be set ablaze. The moon shall be nourished by a fruit of the earth. An object of worship shall ignite a star. It seems like a riddle of some sort, but you're a smart one, or a human anyway. I'm sure you'll have it figured out already.
I do have it figured out already, and I didn't send the right thing with Baby. He's going to have to go back and take the lighter. Damn it. Okay. Alright, so repair, battery. No. Craft, first aid kit.
Looks like we have a leak, Captain. The sprinkler system went haywire. And now everything is getting wet. You need to do something before our supplies get soaked. Act fast! There's no time to waste! You need to cut off the piping with the main valve or temporarily disable the sprinkler system. And we use our
brain. Okay, is everyone okay? She's good, good, and good. Alright. Day 31.
Success, Captain. You were smart enough to disable the sprinkler system as soon as the flooding started. That gave you enough time to fix the sprinklers. I'm happy to report that our supplies are safe and the water reserves were not compromised. Baby survived his ascent up the sun tower. He seems a little run down, in need of a bite, and mentally disturbed. But our focus should be that he's in an unsplattered state. You pay attention as he begins to vividly recall his precarious mission. A tower guard attacked Baby, but a few well-placed shots defeated the monstrous stone machine hybrid. The gun was damaged. The handbook allowed Baby to identify mosses containing useful chemical compounds. He found solar panels atop the tower, still brimming with power. When Baby reached the top, he discovered a long-extinguished fire pit. Unfortunately, Baby had no way to light it. The fact that we can find soup out here will never cease to amaze me. Found 3 of them. Wasn't all peaches and cream, but Baby survived.
Okay, so did that finish? Yes, Emmett's goal is now done, which means he is now fulfilled. Let's see, what does fulfilled do? Doesn't say. But I think fulfilled increases your chances of getting good shit. I don't know. Let's see, he's starving, so let's soup him. Yes, I used soup as a verb. Sue me. Alright, so we will send someone back to the sun tower. Actually, we need to fix the gun first. Damn it. Okay, well, let's send someone somewhere else. So, the moon tower is darkness. Okay, we'll have Megan go to the moon tower. We'll take darkness and fruit of the earth. Let's do soup. Yeah, we'll do soup. Hey, at the very least, she can eat it on her way back. Alright.
Captain, I am detecting a troubling buildup of mental tension. Recommended course of action? Throw an epic party. I took the liberty of inviting myself. Invite the entire crew? But of course, the more the merrier, I guess. How about we invite someone new, eh, Captain? Someone you don't know. Or we could make ourselves a new companion. Yes, how do we do it?
Well, let's use the sock puppet again. After all, it is here to keep our sanity about us. Okay, wait a minute. Crafting? Yes, okay. Alright. So she's leaving, he's being fed. Okay. Ooh.
That was one super party, Captain. I loved how you put a sock on your hand yesterday and pretended it's a person. A mysterious Timmy, apparently. You've had quite a lively debate with it, too. Well, desperation breeds unexpected chatmates, doesn't it? I found it a little weird when you started arguing with the sock and eventually tore it apart. You've got quite a temper. Captain, the important part is you blew off some steam.
Alright, so Megan's gone. Feel on top of the world. Baby's resting. Baby's complaining about an empty stomach. April is starving. Okay, so at this point now we're just getting everyone fed as needed. Okay, that's got 1 day left. Ooh, looks like something special here.
Captain, there appears to be an error. 4M broken. Please fix me. System error. Quick action required. System error. Please, Captain, do something. Do something. I'm not sure how long I can stay operational.
Hope that's fast enough. Day 33.
Good morning, Captain. Thank you for fixing the error that made it difficult for me to communicate. You are quite a hacker, I admit. Well, that's a relief. Who knows what would have happened to me if it wasn't for you. Thank you, Captain.
Okay, so the crafting of the first aid kit is completed, and now I'm the one that's starving. Okay, healthy, 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 and let's repair something. We need to repair the gun. And she better not lose the lighter as when she goes to the moon temple either. I will be upset.
Oh, rats. You know, those scratching sounds coming out of the ventilation shafts late at nights? We have rodents, Captain. They must have hitched a ride from Earth. If the infestation isn't handled, the rats will eat our food supplies. Then probably you. How will you deal with this problem?
Yeah, we're gonna smack him with a book. Sure, why not? Day 34.
About that rodent infestation yesterday, the results of your decision about how to handle it were unexpected. You researched how to domesticate alien wildlife in the handbook, and applied what you learned to the Earth rats. Great news, Captain, it worked! They won't ravenously chew through our food supply now, but you do have to love them. You were happy to resolve this conflict without bloodshed.
Let's see. Baby still considers me a friend. April's still complaining about lack of food. Repairs complete. New item available. Gun. Alright. So, we should be good there. Let's see. What else can we repair? Let's see. Let's go ahead and fix the armor.
Sir, something has infected Backy, my backup AI module. Perhaps it's interference from somewhere on this planet. Frankly, Backy needs a reboot. He's overloading the fan system. Someone agile should leap up and... Hi, folks. It's too warm in this tin can, and Backy's here to fix it. I'll become your biggest fan. Ha ha.
We'll have April fix it. She's the mechanic. Yes, okay. Day 35. Oh good, she's back.
While Backy was in control, you asked a crewmate to leap up and yank the fan housing. But perhaps they had an off day. They struck the fan's spindle, causing the blades to wobble and shatter. Shrapnel went everywhere. Everyone got nicked by the smaller ricocheting fan fragments. I must keep a tighter leash on Backy in the future. He's more of a superficial intelligence. Megan has returned from her climb up the moon tower. She appears worn down, well-fed, and traumatized, but what matters is that she's alive. It was pitch black inside, but Megan had a lighter. Suffered some wear and tear.
God damn it!
She found minerals in the storeroom. Atop the tower, Megan noticed a humongous stone bowl covered with mysterious signs. She remembered the prophecy on the pyramid tablet and poured some soup into the bowl. The signs glowed, the soup warmed, and then it evaporated. Your crew is now one step closer to restoring life to this planet. Megan stumbled upon a protective vest. It seems to be in pristine condition.
I just told them to make one of those, damn it!
Megan brought back a shovel. At least it looks like one. Where does all this soup come from? Plus 3 soups.
Okay, so that's a wall of text. So, alright, baby is starving, so give him food. She is hungry but okay, hungry but okay, hungry but okay. Alright, so now we need to fix the damn lighter. Okay, repair lighter. Alright, expedition. Let's see. I actually want to go to all the locations on this planet if possible for an achievement. And now that we have the armor, this one will work. So we're going to send her here. We're going to give her the armor. We're going to give her the shovel so that she can get minerals. Alright, crisis.
Megan's time growing up was strictly divided between her studies and helping out in her parents' shop. She desired to write poetry, but did not try it herself until quite recently, after she became an astro-citizen. She's proposing a dramatic reading for you, Captain. All you have to do is sit and listen. Want to select some props to make the reading more interesting?
No, because that's broken and that's going outside. So, no. Day 36.
You didn't give Megan anything to use as a prop during her poetry recital. She read you a rather critical poem about the unseen difficulties of managing a laundromat chain, titled Of Suds and Stereotypes. You felt a heightened social awareness for the plight of laundromat owners everywhere, and the difficulties they used to face, back when there were still laundromats, and Earth hadn't been decimated by nuclear war. April went off canyoning. I'll monitor for her return.
Alright, so the repairs to the lighter are complete. Wait, what's that there? Okay, so bring a lighter to the sun tower and then bring the artifact to the star tower. Alright. Repair. Don't need to fix any of those. And don't need any of that. We're good on soup. So, yeah. Let us go ahead. Screw it. We'll repair the handbook. Okay, he's good. She's good. We're good.
I'm detecting a huge energy surge beneath the surface. Seismic waves! I think there's an earthquake coming. The shuttle is sturdy, but this ground isn't. This soil has a high potential to liquefy when the earthquake hits. There's a better patch of rocky ground a few yards ahead. You could use the shuttle's thrusters to scoot onto it. But if you overshoot, you'll be on even worse ground than you are now. Will you attempt the maneuver?
Yeah, we're gonna attempt it. I think we're lucky enough to do it. Day 37.
You use the shuttle's thrusters to scoot onto a better patch of ground, coming to rest on the edge of the rocky soil the moment the earthquake hit. For a few nightmarish seconds, the shuttle bucked to and fro like a bad atmospheric entry, but the shaking stopped. You opened your eyes, and the strangest silence followed. Then you laughed.
Okay, so I'm starving and Megan is starving. So food for both of us. Alright, good. Crafting, prepare, battery. We have 149 minerals. Actually, no, let's go ahead and upgrade something. I don't think I've ever upgraded the mask. Let's try that.
How long can the storms on this planet last? You're getting restless. We need to do something about it. Let's have a look at our inventory and devise a diversion. Choose something, Captain. I'll suggest an activity.
Okay, gun. I can imagine what the activity for that one is. And first aid kit. It's probably going to cost us our first aid kit, but I think we need the gun for the other location. So we'll use the first aid kit. I swear to God, if he makes a mummy. Day 38.
You decided to combat boredom with a first aid kit. Outside of healing, the supplies lend themselves to improvisation. You made a board game using pills, bandages, and band-aids. Playing it helped the hours go by, but the materials you made it with got lost and damaged eventually.
So yeah, it did cost our first aid kit. But we did get a full face mask from upgrading the mask. Nice. Okay, so repair, no. Upgrade. Let's go ahead and craft the first aid kit again. Okay, alert, alert, okay.
Something seems to be troubling you, Captain. I've registered you keep staring outside the window into the endless void. Why, did you lose something? I see, you are remembering Earth. I admit, it was nice before the nuclear barbecue, that is. I can switch off for a second, Captain. Do you wish to have a moment to yourself?
Well, I don't want to use the artifact because it might get damaged. So yeah, we'll do nothing. Okay, she should be back soon. Day 39.
That's right, Captain. Keep your emotions in check and develop unhealthy coping mechanisms. That should keep you standing. You know what's better than one grim human? More grim humans.
Okay, so Megan's still friendly. Baby is now starving, so we'll give soup to baby. Feed the baby. Okay, that's busy. Alright.
Captain, it appears the species who lived here in ancient times worshipped a cow deity. Bovine iconography is everywhere, including on their fitness equipment. Take this weird machine the crew discovered outside the shuttle, for example. The Meandertron 5000 mimics a cow's behavior. Turn it on, and it meanders aimlessly, sitting, walking in circles, joining groups of other Meandertrons. Okay, there has to be some benefit to using this thing. Will you have someone try it so we can find out?
Yeah, I think baby will have fun playing with that. Yeah, he's set to eat. Good. Okay. Yes. Day 40.
You tested baby's fitness by having him use the Meandertron 5000. The results were not great. He followed the bovine-like fitness machine around the shuttle until baby simply had to quit. Unfortunately, the benefits of using this device only come after sticking through the entire workout, and baby didn't. So while he may be sweaty, tired, and filthy, his general fitness didn't improve. April survived her mission to find the mysterious signal. She looks to have been hit by falling rocks, needs food, and keeps muttering about the echoes. But our main concern is that she's still respirating. You grab a seat as she begins to vividly recall her gallivanting mission. The constant falling rocks, some the size of small babies, scared April, but her armor prevented serious injury. The armor was mangled, though.
Damn it!
April found minerals in the canyon. The surrounding walls bore shovel and pickaxe marks. She found a cache of unused batteries in the canyon and siphoned their power. And she found 4 more cans of soup.
So basically, this playthrough, I haven't had to make much soup at all. Okay. That will work. Craft is still making something. Okay, she is weak and starving and tired, so feed her, and we don't have a first aid kit yet. Okay, we can send someone else out. Let's send someone to the swamp. Megan, go to the swamp. Let's see, swamp has biohazards, so let's give her the mask. And let's give her the handbook.
Our water recycler is overheating. The overheating itself isn't the problem. The system has safeguards. The problem is we store our minerals under the water recycler. I'm worried that any minerals there, even leftover traces, could melt or boil if exposed to too much heat. That could be hazardous. A manual reset could work, but will be tough. Do you want to try it?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and try the manual reset. After all, when in doubt, turn it off, turn it back on, and if it still doesn't work, call us back in a few hours. Sorry, I just had flashbacks from work. Day 41. You opted to manually reset the overheating water recycler. The job was harder than you expected. The AstroCitizen patented... Hang on.
The AstroCitizen patented water recycler guide specifically warns against not releasing any steam jets during such repairs. The steam jets you let loose vaporize some of the exposed minerals stored next to the recycler. You're lucky they didn't vaporize you too. Megan ventured off to the swamp. Cross your fingers that she comes back.
Okay, so we've got the first aid kit. I'm starving, so let's fix that. She is still weak, so let's fix that. And baby is just all kinds of happy. Alright, repair. No. Upgrade. Yeah, we'll upgrade that again.
We're receiving a signal from deep space. It seems to be a pulsar, except its pulse isn't like anything I've ever seen before. Pulsars are neutron stars with extremely fast rotation. They emit beams of EM radiation that can appear to be intelligent in origin. But this one is intelligent in origin. Do you want to decode the message?
Is the bear Catholic? Yes, we want to decode the message. Day 42! Don't panic.
April rushed to decode the pulsar's message, but the cipher proved too complex to solve. The message suddenly ceased. Oh no. Was it a countdown? April was hit by a targeted ray of something nasty. She keeled over in pain. Extreme radiation poisoning was later discovered. Was this because she failed to solve the code? So yes, she feels much better than she did before. She's no longer weak.
So, was she injured and then healed on the same turn? Interesting. Okay, yeah, I'm not complaining. Okay, that's still busy upgrading itself.
It's easy to become captivated by the alien views outside the shuttle window, but you noticed one of your crewmates daydreams more often than the others. April simply can't stop staring at the stars. She's at it again today. Do you feel like talking to her about this?
Yeah, I probably should. Okay, Megan, waiting for you to get back. Day 43.
You asked April about her stargazing sessions. You clearly took her by surprise because she looked almost ashamed. I've always enjoyed watching the stars, even though my papa said it was a waste of time and my brothers laughed at me, she eventually explained, eyeing you with distrust as if bracing for a negative comment. She then invited you to look at the stars with her. You spent quite a while trying to guess which one was which and naming the ones that had clearly never been observed by human eyes before. It was nice.
Okay, so that made her mentally alert. He's starving, so we'll soup him. And I'm good. Okay, so 2 days left on that. We should expect to get Megan back here pretty soon.
Can you hear my teeth chattering, Captain? Of course you can't, because I'm a computer and I have no teeth. Duh. Still, I regret to inform you that the heat module is stuck in a cooling feedback loop. It's going to get very cold very soon. My vacuum tubes will be fine, but you should protect yourself or you'll freeze.
Okay, well, we'll use the armor. Yeah, baby's eating. Everything should be fine. Day 44.
I was able to break the loop in the heat module, Captain. It's working fine now. You can put that vest away. Everyone already had a turn wearing it.
So he broke the vest. Damn it. Okay, she's starving, so give her soup. He's good, he's good. Okay.
While checking on the ship's exterior, you stumble upon something half buried under the dirt. You take a few minutes to uncover it and find that it's apparently a can of soup, held in a stone hand? You could try to pull it out by force and probably damage the carving in the process, or leave it be and just spend some time examining it on the spot. It might be hard locating it later, though. Storms on this planet cover things up fast.
Well, we're going to go ahead and stick with our strength, and we will observe it. Alright, come on, Megan. We need you back now. Day 45.
You decide that the uncovered can of soup was found next to your shuttle should be left unmolested. You did take a good look at it, and the carving that held it in place before it got covered by the dirt again, though. Made you wonder about how, even on this alien and uncaring world, you found something familiar. It filled you with a sense of calm, quite welcome in your current circumstance. Megan has completed her wild romp in the swamp. She appears a bit sickly, in need of food and upset, but of paramount importance is that she's not an alien doppelganger, we think. You listen patiently as she begins to describe her boggy episode. Let's see, she tripped over a weird idol that released a deadly cloud of poison gas. Thanks to the mask, she wasn't harmed. The gas corroded the mask filters, though. The handbook allowed her to identify which swamp plants could be harvested for chemicals. The swamp was chemically rich, so even more chemicals. More soup from the swamp. Swamp soup.
Okay, so Megan is starving and I'm starving. Let's go ahead and feed us. Okay, so now we need to send... Let's send Baby back to the Sun Tower. He's been there before, he knows the way. Okay, so we're going to give him the gun and the lighter. Yes, we're good. Okay, craft, repair, vest.
Captain, you've neglected your oral hygiene and haven't brushed your teeth in a while. So now you need to pull that nasty tooth before it gets worse. Don't worry, it's only going to hurt a little. There might be a complimentary sticker in it for you. As per protocol, the necessary tools were automatically dispensed. 1 piece of string and 1 bottle of anesthetic. It has the Astra Citizen logo and anesthetic written on it. Will you require an assistant for this surgery?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do Megan. She's both flexible and brilliant. Not too strong, though. That worries me a bit. Day 46. You took it like a champ.
You took it like a champ, but a terrified and disgusted Megan went into shock and insisted on drinking the whole bottle of anesthetic to calm her nerves. When Megan was done, she seemed more energized and tougher than before. I don't think that was regular medicine. Baby went back to the Sun Tower.
Okay, so repairs are complete. The armor is now back up. Could fix the battery, but I think we need to build another first aid kit, just in case. She's good, he's good. Alright, crisis.
Captain, we're receiving a code of transmission of unknown origin. It could be a distress signal, a message of some sorts, or pretty much anything else. We won't know until we listen to it. Should I play the transmission?
No. Wonder if the computer can grasp sarcasm. Can certainly give it. Day 47.
We have received a transmission yesterday. Turns out it was a message from another group of survivors, lost in space and pleading for help. Unfortunately, it is impossible to pinpoint the exact location of your fellow castaways. However, the knowledge that you are not alone out here is enough to make you and your crew feel much better, mentally at least. Who knows, maybe one day you'll find them. This is most distressing, but there's an unknown group spying on our location every other day. What do they want?
I think we're taking too long, so it's starting to give us the hurry up scenarios. Okay, that's still fixing.
Captain, our systems are working below their optimal levels. I was able to determine that our wiring might be at fault. I suggest you take a look under the proverbial hood and fix the wires before a malfunction occurs. Wires are stuffed in a dark corner, tangled and dusty. You'll have to figure out how to fix this by yourself. I trust your instincts, not that I have a choice.
Well, isn't he just all kinds of great? Well, we've got stars in both of them, but I'm going to do the brilliant one. Okay. Day 48.
Nicely done, Captain. You proved yourself smart enough to fix the malfunctioning component. The ship's systems are now working at standard capacity. This ship is really falling apart, I'm afraid. There was not enough time to properly finish it. Who could have expected an atomic apocalypse to break out so suddenly? Well, I could, but no one listened to me. No one ever listens to computerized assistants. Oh well, that's life, I guess. Just ones and zeros, but mostly zeros.
Okay, so April's starving. Let's go ahead and feed her. Let's see. Good, good, and crafting.
Captain, my weather systems are detecting a storm on the horizon. It's moving fast, so it will hopefully pass by tomorrow, but this one could get nasty. Thunder, lightning, very, very frightening me. Gale force winds, sharp objects howling at you from every which way. I'd like to keep monitoring the storm's movement throughout the night. Doing so will require my sensors to run on battery power. As it is unadvisable to leave the main generator reactor through a storm, what do you want to do?
Well, let's use the atomic battery that I have been putting off fixing for so long. This might backfire because it's damaged. Day 49.
You ran the weather monitor systems on battery power. Storm moved south, and you were spared the worst of it. By morning, it had completely passed. Ooh, don't you love the smell after it rains? You spent the morning sifting through the washed-up junk piles, but it was just a bunch of waterlogged crap. Baby survived his ascent up the sun tower. He seems a little run down, in need of a bite, and mentally disturbed, but our focus should be that he's in an unspired state. The tower guard attacked him, a few well-placed shots. Yeah, this is pretty similar to what it was last time. The gun was damaged again. He found solar panels at the top, was able to charge them. When Baby reached the top, he discovered a long extinguished fire pit. After he used the lighter to set it aflame, a loud humming came from within the walls. Lighting the fire triggered something. But what? Now, just one last part of the prophecy needs to be fulfilled. And he still found 2 soup. And we finished building the first aid kit.
Okay, so I'm starving. Megan is starving. No one else is starving. Okay, so now we need to go to the Star Tower. And what was it? We needed to bring the artifact to it. So, we need the artifact and the gas mask. Let's send April this time. Okay, artifact... gas mask. Alright, I think that is everything. Craft. Yeah, let's build a sock again.
April is always such a busy bee. I've never seen her sitting idly. Until now. When you asked her what's wrong, she was visibly distressed. It's my favorite screwdriver, Captain. It's missing. I can't find it anywhere. It's lost for good. April is many things, but helpless is not one of them. That tool must be very important to her. Also, we can't have loose screwdrivers lying around the ship. Where could it be?
Okay, well, let's use the shovel for something. I guess we're gonna dig a hole and see if we can find it. Okay, food, yes. Day 50. Uh-oh.
Do you remember where you saw it last? You asked April about her screwdriver. She shook her head. Can you remember what equipment you were using at the time? Maybe a shovel? Her eyes lit up immediately. That's it! Thank you so much! She cried joyfully, and quickly collected her tool from a pile of other supplies. It was a gift from my papa. He gave it to me on my 16th birthday, she explained, carefully weighing the precious screwdriver in her hands, as if she was holding a piece of delicate china. April went to climb the star tower. Think happy thoughts.
Okay, so baby's starving. Let's feed him. Let's just ignore this dude for now. I'm sure he'll just go away.
Captain, there are a couple of spacemen having a roadside picnic outside. Wait a minute, they are wearing Soviet spacesuits! And they are singing Kalinka! What are the Soviets doing here? Are they the mysterious group that had been watching us? Oh no, it was a distraction! They're trying to break into the shuttle! One of them boarded the shuttle! Stand your ground!
Yeah, let's go ahead and shoot them. Yeah, use the gun, which is apparently not damaged. I thought it was damaged. Oh well, I'm not going to argue. Day 51.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Is everyone alright, Captain? That was a well-placed barrage. The assailants are gone. For now. You better run, you commies. We were able to defend ourselves this time around, but you need to remember that it's the specter haunting this world. The specter of communism. This isn't over.
Okay, so we crafted a high-quality sock. Ooh, it's got polka dots. Okay, bring the artifact to the Star Tower. She's in the process of doing that. I think if we can just hold out another couple days, we should be fine.
Captain, a crewmate spotted a blue veiny fruit growing outside of a crack in the ground nearby. It is pulsating slightly. Should someone give the fruit a try? Normally I'd refrain from leaving such a rash and irresponsible decision up to a human, but there are some empty stems nearby. Perhaps it is edible.
Yeah, we'll give it to Megan. I don't like her. Yeah, fuck you, Megan. Or not fuck you, because you'll stab me if I try. Alright. Come on, April. Day 52. Damn.
You announced that the strange little fruit near the ship was worth trying out, and Megan's hand shot up. However, the joyous look on her face as she sunk her teeth in quickly turned to horror. The remaining half was full of wriggling purple worms. She began trying to spit it out, but fell into a spasm, and woke a few minutes later, saying her mind was buzzing as if at double speed. She flipped a handstand and perambulated around the shuttle. Clearly, those worms did something. Let's hope the effects don't turn.
So yeah, we need to end the game now before she turns into a mutant. Let's see, he's good, she's good, he's good. Crafting. Yeah. Okay.
Captain, have you noticed things on the shuttle have been moving around slightly? Just an inch this way or the other, but still, I'd be ready to write it off as micro-vibrations. But I'm not registering any. If you focus on observing this movement, we can perhaps glimpse the deeper truth behind it. But since it's just a minor annoyance, it might not be worth your attention. Would you like to investigate this phenomenon?
Yeah, we're just killing time for April to get back anyway. Day 53. Hey, she's back.
You have taken the time out of your busy schedule to keep an eye on small objects around the shuttle. Yes, some are definitely moving around, especially when you're not looking, seemingly of their own volition. You isolated the items that were most often influenced by this phenomenon and secured them, so nothing falls off the shelves and tables. This practical approach to the problem made you feel really smart. April has returned from her stellar trek to the tower. She appears a little under the weather, in need of sustenance, and traumatized, but what matters is she's home safe. You listen as she begins to recount her precarious ascension. The mask saved April from choking on lingering toxic fumes. The gas-corroded part of the mask, though. April collected chemicals. There was a star-shaped room at the tower's summit. An empty pedestal stood in the middle. April placed the artifact on the pedestal, and it sank into the ground. With that, the prophecy from the ancient stone tablet has been fulfilled. The planet can finally be restored. Where does all the soup come from?
4 more cans of soup. So yeah, food for everyone. This is probably the most food I've had on a playthrough of this ever. Like, seriously, we haven't had to craft a single can of soup. I think we did just for shiggles, but we didn't need to. Fuck it, we're gonna craft a can of soup. Because I said so.
You did it, Captain. All of the towers have been activated, thus fulfilling the ancient prophecy. There's only one thing left to do now. You must return to the central pyramid and reactivate the planet's core using the machinery in the altar room. Are you ready to restore life to this planet? Yes. So, we have to go back to the central pyramid, which has the artifact and the armor. So, we'll send Baby. Alright, armor, artifact.
Day 54. The end.
The deed is done. You return to the central pyramid and use the machinery in the altar room to reactivate the planet's core. The change has begun. As the sky turns blue and the canals that scar the planet fill with water, a new hope enters your heart. When you look out the window, you no longer see a hostile environment that must be tamed. Instead, behind the glass lies a land to make your own. It's your new home, Captain. You're finally safe. Baby went back to a certain mysterious four-faced structure. Crafting completed, we made a can of soup.
So yes, that is it. That is the end. Alrighty. And so the brave Captain Emmett Ellis and his companions tamed a hostile planet and found a new home far across the stars. Captain Ellis was always kind to Baby, so he stuck around. The gentle giant became Emmett's trusted sidekick and valiant protector against threats both real and imagined. Friends come and go, but Astro Citizen friends are forever. Until something wicked from a galaxy far away eats them, of course. But until then, they're the best. That's how Megan saw her friendship with Captain Ellis. After the mission was over, April decided to leave. Emmett tried to convince her to stay, but April insisted she has to go back to this kick-ass alien spaceship she saw crashed a few days back and tinker that thing into oblivion. Some say she managed to fix it, while others claim she entered the wreck and was never seen again. Who knows? Empowered by his incredibly unexpected and successful career as an Astro Citizen captain, Emmett has found himself wondering what to do next. His brilliant mind was soon put to good use, and only a few short years later an improved flavor of canned tomato soup was distributed in all of the civilized galaxies. It seems like ages have passed since 4 amateur astronauts left Earth orbit expecting certain doom. Now the brave survivors look into the future with renewed optimism. As one tale comes to a close, another begins. The end. Alright, so that's 60 parsecs. That's a very good playthrough, a very lucky playthrough. We consumed 39 cans of soup, used 5 first aid kits, successful expeditions, 9 out of 9, locations discovered, 8 out of 12. I missed 4 of them apparently. Items brought from expeditions, 17. Items crafted, 17. Alright, excellent. Well, thank you very much. As always, this is the Cricket's Lair. Stay tuned for more programming. Have a good one.